All right, it's that time of the week.
Yeah.
And it's good timing. It's good timing. And I say the timing because you've just joined us. The NFL has flexed the Patriots off of Monday Night Football coming up in a couple weeks against the Chiefs. They've moved that to a Sunday 1 p.m. game, which we consider a major slap in the face. It's the first time a team has been flexed off of Monday Night Football. ABC was willing and ESPN willing to sacrifice one of their biggest draws, the defending champs, the Chiefs and Taylor Swift and all of that, just to get you the hell off of their screens. It's something. So we've been talking about that. So that makes you a pathetic organization, which makes the timing perfect because the subject this week is what, Mazz?
It is the worst franchises in sports in 2023.
So hold your thought there for 1 second. The Mazz's Tears is presented by the Bernardi Automotive Group. When it comes to auto dealers, the Bernardi Automotive Group always finishes top tier. They sell and service Acura, Audi, Honda, Nissan, and Toyota, and Volvo. Bernardi for now, Bernardi for life. Visit them now at BernardiAutogroup.com. Mazz, proceed.
Okay, Joe, you've played this game, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just pay attention. I'm just laying out the rules ahead of time because inevitably people get pissed off that I left someone out or put someone in the wrong tier. So let me make this clear. Worst franchises in pro sports 2023 edition. Okay, this is like at the end of the year. You know, you have those lists, best of the year, worst of the year.
Right.
Same kind of concept.
We don't get to talk about the 1978 Cleveland Barons.
Bingo.
Got it.
So we're not talking about the worst franchises in the history of pro sports. We're basically talking about now. However, I do give bonus points if there is some sort of pattern that has developed in recent years.
Got it.
Okay, so I will give extra weight to those teams that are merely continuing a pathetic, a dreadful identity, for lack of a better term. But that can be 3-4 years. It can be 2-3 years. You get the idea. Okay, so we're going to start with Tier 5, most pathetic teams in 2023, franchises. New York Giants, New York Yankees,
What?
L.A. Chargers, Chicago Bulls, who are absolutely dreadful.
What
right
a
now.
dumpster fire.
And the Columbus Blue Jackets. I know, let me. There's one other thing I did factor in here. I tried to avoid weighting one sport more than the others. I tried to pick at least one team from every sport in every tier. Okay.
Why are the Yankees on there?
Okay, the Yankees went 82 and 80 this year. They're a dumpster fire right now.
They are?
Yes.
82 and 80 is a dumpster fire.
Yes. For them, yes.
A winning record?
Yes, they have an absolute astronomically high payroll. They have the same problems every year. The roster's been kind of garbage for a little while. They spend a ton of money. It's a bunch of right-handed hitting old power hitters. Cashman is snapping at the media. They're in a bad way right now.
They are.
And again, they are. And for the Yankees, again, high payroll. This qualifies as disarray.
To make the list of worst franchises in sports?
Tier 5.
Oh, wow.
I hold the Yankees to a high standard. This year, they had a really bad year.
Okay.
Really bad year organizationally.
Already have some questionable decisions here on these tiers, Murray.
Agreed. And again, I'll tell you, the Giants last year were good. But this year, they went
No, the New York Giants, the football Giants, fine.
right back down the toilet. Okay. Now, again, it gets better as you go. Remember, I tried to limit it to about 25 teams overall, by the way, because otherwise it gets, too convoluted. I might have gone too many. I should have done 20. But anyway, Tier 4. Let's go to Tier 4. You mentioned this team the other day, the Buffalo Sabres.
Ugh.
What a suck franchise they are. This is about the point in the list where you say, yep, they're a suck franchise.
Oh, my God.
The Commanders, suck franchise.
Yep.
White Sox, suck franchise. Washington Wizards, suck franchise. They might actually just now be starting to get it. Bradley Beal's gone. Porzingis is gone. They're starting to rebuild there, which is why they're Tier 4 instead of higher up. But even so, and the Mets, who were good a year ago, this year went right back down the toilet. Any high that they get, there is a sugar high. It doesn't last very long. Those are your Tier 4 teams. Go ahead.
Has Chicago contended the last couple of years?
Chicago who?
The Sox.
White Sox?
Yeah.
Last year they were decent. This year they were horrendous.
Did they make the playoffs last year?
No.
Year before?
No.
Okay. The Mets did. The Mets moved the needle in New York. You understand? Like, they got a lot of support. Like, that's a real team down there.
Okay, so I agree. But again, highest payroll in baseball. They had to sell off pieces at the deadline.
No, and Cohen's kind of a jackwagon.
They just changed GMs. The whole thing fell apart.
All right.
So again, I weight the high payroll teams a little bit more.
You hold them to a higher standard?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's a dumpster fire for a high payroll team. I'm sorry.
I just wouldn't put the Mets in the same tier as the Sabres and the Commanders.
No,
like
I understand.
Sabres and Commanders
It's a different kind of disarray.
are true trash.
It is. It's a different kind of dysfunction.
Okay.
Okay, tier 3. I understand. This is why I tried to explain things up front. Because otherwise, it's just the same old people in tier 1 all the time. It's Sacramento and that suckbag team.
Go ahead.
Tier 3. Thank you, Jimmy. Arizona Cardinals, one of the great suck franchises in pro sports, if you ask me. If we're doing a historical one, they're a threat for tier 1. Angels, another one. Going to lose Ohtani. They've wasted Trout's career. The Chicago Bears, when's the last time the Bears were good?
Oh, God, it's been a long time.
When's the last time the Bears were good? The San Jose Sharks are wretched. They are wretched. I think they have the fewest wins in hockey since the start of last year. That's a bad organization. And the Charlotte Hornets,
Joke.
another suck franchise with or without Michael Jordan.
Useless.
Suck.
True worthy garbage up there.
That's a good list.
Yeah, I would just put teams like Buffalo and the Commanders up there with them. But go ahead.
Okay, tier 2. Are there any teams, by the way, who haven't seen? Have you seen any Boston teams on the list yet?
I haven't. No, I think we're missing a couple.
Oh, maybe they're not on it.
Well,
tier 2.
Tier 2.
New York Jets.
Trash.
Again, a threat to be tier 1 under normal circumstances. I'll tell you why I didn't put them in tier 1. At least they tried to get Aaron Rodgers. They tried. Their hearts were in the right place on this one, and then he blew out his Achilles in his first game.
And they actually draft okay.
Yeah, so exactly.
Well, they're drafting so high, I guess they have. But they do have young players.
It's almost entirely about the quarterback with the Jets when you really think about it. Okay. Vegas Raiders,
What a
disaster.
trash organization.
Montreal Canadiens, you mentioned this too when we were talking about Buffalo.
Losers.
It's really a bad franchise now. San Diego Padres, historically a bad franchise. Now I think they've reached an all-time low. They're spending money out the ass, and they suck. They're horrible. And the Detroit Pistons have won fewer games than, do you realize in the last 100 games, the Detroit Pistons have 19 wins?
Holy smokes.
19-81.
Losers.
Okay, it's a bad franchise right now. Again, we're talking about 2023.
We now give you the top tier worst franchises in sports in 2023. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is a special level of dysfunction and suckitude. The Oakland A's. Absolutely horrible team, having got that whole stadium nonsense that's going on in the Bay Area, the move to Vegas.
And now they're like a lame duck team.
Totally. They've completely alienated all of their fans, their city. Vegas wants them, but the A's are maybe the biggest mess in sports. Carolina Panthers, another one. How many coaches has this guy had since he took over, Tepper?
6.
It'll be 7 when they hire someone new because they get an interim guy right now. The Arizona Coyotes playing in a college arena.
Pretty bad.
The Boston Red Sox.
Oy.
How many general managers have the Red Sox had in 10 years?
4.
Three losing seasons in 4 years. 5 or 6 in the last dozen. They're at a I don't want to call it an all-time low, but as low as they've been in about 40 years. And the New England Patriots. The last 2 years have been a clown show. A clown show. Between Matt Patricia, Joe Judge, how they've handled Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, 2-9 now this year. Bailey Zappi playing this week. Now again, you want to go back to the Tom Brady years. Obviously, the Patriots are not one of the great embarrassing franchises in the history of sports. But since Brady left, they've been a sub-500 team, and the last 2 years have been, in terms of management, maybe as bad as any team in the NFL, if not worse.
And now you're getting kicked off of Monday Night Football because ABC can't stand the sight of you.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
I think you're number one. I think the Patriots are the worst franchise in sports in
Right now?
2023. Yeah.
No, they're not.
No, the way that this season went, though.
Well, I mean, they might be the worst team. Like, the Coyotes are playing in a 5,000-seat, college hockey arena. The Oakland A's are going to be playing in front of nobody as a lame, so like.
Those two are in a special class.
I mean, you're just a bad team. I'm still going to say the Crafts, are good owners and are generally going to make good decisions. And you still have the ownership and you still have the structure here, I think.
You would never put the Patriots yet on a long-term list.
No, sir. The football team and the football operation has bottomed out and is among the worst in sports for sure. But they got the other stuff in order.
Sure.
Well, other teams don't.
No question.
I wouldn't put them with that. Okay, worst franchises in sports, but they deserve mention. They deserve being in this conversation.